New York City ad man Richard Kirshenbaum used to regard Manhattan's Upper East Side as somewhere you needed a passport to get to. Decades later, he's moved uptown but swapped out the grandmotherly formal feel of his Fifth Avenue pre-war duplex overlooking Central Park. And here he is now with the story himself on the set. Thank you very much for being here, sir. And you're co-founder of two New York City ad agencies and author of his memoir, Mad Boy: Tales from the Mad, Mad World of Advertising. What lured you uptown?
What lured me uptown? You know, it was just one of those things. I can't even tell you what lured me uptown. I would live downtown for many years, and I never ever went uptown. And then one day I just was dragged to this apartment when I was first married. It was our original apartment because we had two to make a duplex. And I saw it, and I saw the park, and I thought, wow, this is pretty amazing.
And that's why that apartment, right?
Yes.
Because you saw that. It was the views that really suckered you in?
I think being near the park is such an unusual, and in many ways I really regard it as one of the most relaxing places to live in the city. You know, I do feel very privileged to live there, I have to say.
Well, it is a fantastic place to live. It's very clean and spiffy. When you did the renovation and made two apartments into a duplex, what was your vision?
Well, you know, it's interesting. I sort of always have a creative vision, being a creative person, of thinking, you know, almost having like a point of view for it. And I always grew up watching these black and white movies of, you know, Dinner at 8, you know, sort of like classic 30s movies. And since the apartment building is pre-war, I sort of had the idea of it would be amazing to have a glamorous sort of black and white duplex, sort of like a black and white movie.
Okay, you've also got leopard print. I said leopard skin earlier.
Yes.
It's not leopard skin, it's leopard print carpets, right?
Yes, I do.
That's not usual on the Upper East Side. I used to live there for a while. Not in somewhere like you do, no view or anything, but leopard print, not so common.
Well, I don't think I'm a typical Upper East Side person. I think I kind of feel in many ways a bit of an outsider living there. But I think, and so the aesthetic is a little bit more downtown than it is uptown.
Okay, and as that of your neighbors, do your neighbors get to look at it and do that Upper East Side thing where they sort of curl their lip?
I think they're somewhat bemused by it, you know.
Okay. Do you like the process of renovating and of having your artistic stamp on something like this? I know some people, like, they're always redoing their apartment. They get it done and they're like, oh, you know, it's taken a while to get this done. It's just right now, but I'm going to do it again.
I find it interesting, you know, being a creative person in my work. I find that actually doing this as something, you know, where I live, come home to. I actually prefer not to do it. I find the process highly annoying.
Highly annoying. Now, one thing I know about a lot of creative people is that their sort of the place of work can be somewhat untidy with stuff. Your home, and we're looking at pictures of it now, it's not untidy at all. It's like no one ever dropped anything there. I mean, how do you do that? Because
I have a wife who does that. She's very she loves kind of clean and the clean aesthetic. So I actually in many ways have succumbed to her taste and point of view.
Okay, and leaving. Why leave? Why ever leave?
Why ever leave?
Yeah. It's a beautiful place.
Well, I really love coming back home after a hard day's work, but I work downtown, and in many ways, I think having the juxtaposition of working downtown and living uptown actually is quite nice.
Okay.
You know.
Great stuff. It looks like a wonderful place.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
This you managed to keep it tidier than I ever could. Thank you very much,
It's a
Mr.
pleasure.
Kirshenbaum.
Thank you for having me.